Hey, what's up? Welcome to Bulifier. Today I will work on a new feature for the app. I want to build models and for jumping to it, let me just say a few words about it. I want to be able to solve complex problems with Bulifier AI. When you vibe code a complex game, let's say I want to build a live hold'em poker, right? It's a game that has a very rich logic. You can't do it one shot using the new Gemini 2.5 or the just released OpenAI GPT 4.1 or any agentic flow. It's something that's complex and requires multiple interactions to get it right. So it's a game that I'm familiar with because I once worked for Dragon Play, which is a social casino games company. So this is why I'm going to use it as an example, and I want to build a model that will be generated by AI. It will also generate a set of unit tests, starting with a document, and then the AI will generate the rest of it. So I started to work on it. Let me show you where I am. I'm going to show some behind the scenes of Bulifier, and this is going to be not the live coding sessions. Here I'm actually going to build the Bulifier AI, the live coding agent, so to say, and just sharing my daily life, kind of. Well, so this is Bulifier. This is we are looking now on the Bulifier model schema. So that thing is going to be translated in, into into actual schema, not schema, but it's going to be translated into actual request. It will be executed against the AI, and we'll get actual results from it. So let me see if I'm running a device. Yeah, perfect. I just updated this schema with Gemini 2.5. It gave me an advice how to update it. I asked OpenAI and it didn't really work, but this one did. So I'm going to try this new interaction. Um, okay, so going to device, let's see, and let's build my previous tests. Let's remove them. So delete that and delete that. Delete, please. Yes. And now I'm marking here the create model that's supposed to trigger the new flow. And I already created a prompt for it. So I just use my save prompts. So create a game model for Texas Hold'em Poker. It should have a list of players and a current balance and cards for each player. It should manage the current turn of the player and game deck, what cards are visible and what not. It should understand rounds, who folded and who is still playing. Also, all in is kind of a status. Not the best description, but good enough for AI. So I'm kicking it off. I'm at the moment I'm working with O3 Mini for this execution, and it started. So let's see what kind of results I'm going to get, and I'm going to tweak it from there and build it. The data results. So this is the model that it created. So it has create deck, shuffle deck, progress round, okay, place bet, looks very small, to be frank. And let's see what tests it created. Okay, so it created tests. That's nice. Validate that placing a bet with positive amount currently reduce the player chips. Validate placing a bet increase the pot. Okay, those are very basic tests. Validate an error is strong when attempts to bet a non-positive amount. Um, Attempt to bet a non-positive amount. Yeah, we don't need that test, but okay, let it be. As a down is wrong when player attempts to bet more than their available chips. Okay, not very happy with those tests, but it's quite a lot, I must say. Okay, so I say let's just move to the next step. So next step, what I want to do, at the moment we have code and this new feature of create model. Now what I want to do, I want to tie the tests to the model because at the moment the way it's written here, there is no way for me to tell the AI, hey, you have your test coming from that particular place. The model is coming from here. And I thought about it. I have several ways to go. If I'm going to add here another line providing the path to that particular file, so if I'm kind of going to link to it, then yes, it will work. But if you move or update this file, then I also need to go kind of maintain those tests. And I don't want to do that. So instead, I'm thinking to have here an additional context window. It's something that I'm thinking to do for a while now anyway. At the moment when you just run the code with your prompt, you are not really know what included inside, like what context has been included. And the way you can control it is from Bulifier folder, which is generated for each project, and it has here context git ignore. So basically, it's using this file to ignore what should not be included inside your context, and it takes your entire project. Which reminds me that I saw a bug recently, sorry, unrelated to the current problems that we are solving, but I saw an issue with the context itself. So let me just fix it really quick. Go to Bulifier, context git account, and in here it's just, yep, and just need to do it like that. Otherwise, it still took files from Bulifier, from the Bulifier file. Anyway, what I want to do for what I want to do for the code is just add a line with all the files that I want to include. So I'm going to update the UI to have it. Files are managed in a database and then they're synced to local system. So let's start working on it. I need to go to agent bottom sheet. This is where I manage my agent view, and for the codes tab, I don't remember where it is, but I have a special tab for code. Yeah, it's like code index. So this is the tab. And where is the content? Okay, so that's the content of it. Um, okay, so first of all, it's going to start being messy in a moment. Let me just extract it to a function inside the agent bottom sheet file, and let's call it cards tab. So composable. Why it's returning this model? Oh, because it's updating this model. Yeah, so let's just work with callback here. Let's say first of all, not return anything, and how is this? No, changed. This model changed. Okay, like that. And we need to get the initials. Model here. Just pull in. Okay. So checked. Use model. And here one is model changed. And yeah, let's just send the count model trace. Yeah, it's getting the boolean, so it's fine. And don't need to return. Okay. Let's update it here. So is model. Sorry. Is model. Oh, well, I didn't break anything. Next, we can. That needs to be private. Yeah, I think it's okay. Let's set a small preview for it, and then we will be able to start working on this thing. So, composable preview, and that into work on um, code tab, code tab preview. And here we just look at that. All right. So let's see how it looks like. Okay, it starts to read out. Do I need to build it? I'm just, oh yeah, I'm previewing the entire tab actually for the code. Yeah, so I guess I already have it. Yeah, I think I already have the code tab preview, like with the full thing. So I don't need it. Okay, never mind. Right. So we have a column, text, and what I want to add here is the line for a yeah a line for the context. I think it is going to be some sort of clickable text, and I actually don't know how to do it. So let me ask a friend. Oh, and let me just show you what I'm doing as well. Let's switch to okay. I want to how many contacts? To figure this out. Hopefully today. Where's the click event? Oh, clickable content file. Oh, it just have this clickable thing. Okay, so this is what we needed. Let's put it on top. And we need the counter for what we have at the moment in the context. Okay, so here starts the ugly context file count. And on context file create. Yeah, so it's coming from here, and I'm inside agent bottom sheet, and that thing doesn't even have a view model. Yeah, by the way, it's probably should have started and say that it's Android heavy thing. Um, yeah, so we need to add a model here. So I say let's just keep propagating everything up until we land on a place with a model. So now we need to give it a context file count, context file count, and we need one context file create. Can do it like that. Okie Whoa. Yeah. File counts. And no. Complete, please. That is complete. Okay. Now we did. Yeah. Okay. Next. Fine. Great. Okay. Why are you all mad? Oh, because those are all the previous error. So do I need to change it for each one of them? I don't like that. Oh well. Developers file context file context file counts. All right. Now who is calling you? We have function call. Okay. All right. So now we are in the main screen. Main screen do have access to a model, to a view model. So here we will start building it up. So context file count. We can take it from a directly from a view model. No, it needs to be something bindable. And on context files clicked. So that will create us a pop-up. How we are going to call it? Context selection. Yeah, let's call it context selection. Context, context selection, visible with true. Or let's just tag it, right? So that thing is easy. Oh, yeah, kind of hate how I did it. Yeah, I kind of put it inside another atom. I don't remember why I did it that way, but that needs to be like that. And context file count. That needs to come from a view model. Do I have your review model? Yeah, I do. So context file count, context, why file, why not files? Okay, context file count. It needs to be by, how do I do it? Okay, let's start with creating that thing and we'll figure it out. So it's going to be context file count, visual state flow, or just state flow. Yeah, sounds. Wait, I need that thing each time when we are opening the file, and it's the current visible count of the selected context, and we do want to modify it. So what happens when you open the pop-up and you close it and then you open it again? Do we reset the entire thing? I think we do. No, we don't, because I had resets. So we will need a reset button to reset the entire context. But if you played with it, it will just stay by your last modification. And that way we can keep it on the model level. Okay. So let's go. Let's continue that way. I still don't know how it's going to be modified to work, but I have some picture in mind how it will work eventually. So, right, we got the context file count. Someone needs to be worked out from the model. And we have this one, context selection is visible. For this one, I want to create a pop-up. Inside that pop-up, I want to show all the files that were selected for a context. It means that somewhere in the view model, we need to have those files. We can only initially populate it from database or whatever method I'm using to work with it at the moment because it goes through these gitignore settings. And so, yeah, not sure yet how it's going to work. but inside ViewModel we will need that list. Let's skip to the part, by the way, am I showing, oh shoot, I'm still showing you, I'm still showing the desktop here, sorry about that. Context selection visible, yeah, this is the guys that I'm thinking of, and I want to show a pop-up. So let's go and start showing pop-ups. Do I have here something like that? Yeah, let's use this one as an example. If show text. Oh, I used the show, so let's call it show context selection. Okay, so if show context selection, then we need context selection dialog. Okay, how did I did this one? Other dialog. No, it's not an alert. How did I do file dialog? Also other dialog. Animated visibility for what? This is for the bottom sheet, so not interested. Oh, come on, I don't have anything that it's not really dialogue. Or do I need to use other dialogue anyway? Because it has tags and confirm button, I don't know, it's too structured. Okay, let's ask the guru. Actually, for this one, let's go to Gemini. I want to create a dialog to show context selection files. Everything. Android compose. Okay. I need you to be the compose just for the name dialog part. To no still. Oh, come on. Still no. And then and series whatever need just this. All right. We work here. How I found it to reflect. So with some title. So we list files. User can select all the select file. The files are not on the list. So let's do some checkbox for each file. We can fill this. So again, Mm. So we'll have an indicator for each file. If it's going to be selected or not. This way we will always show all the files based on the gitignore file. And then after showing all those files, the user selects. Then we need some confirmation button. Actually, we don't need to confirm. Do we need a confirmation? Because I'm updating the list, I'm scrolling up and down, things are disappearing and reappearing. So I need to maintain the state anyway. Preferably, I will use the same list, same state for the rest of the operation. So I think we should not confirm selection. It will be just open, close, open and close the thing. Okay, so we just need a close button. Close, close button. How about zero? I don't know about confirmation, so I'll just the let Google decide about this one. Do we need anything else? Maybe a count will be nice, but not necessary. The search functionality will be nice, again, not necessary. I think we can start with just a simple solution. We can build search functionality later on. Yeah, let's just go with that. By the way, so they just updated it today. I think it's finally, yeah, it's finally available via API. So they have different prices for more than 200k token and lower than 200k token. Interesting. No more limitations on how many of those you can. Oh, there are late limits. Is it more than they had before? I don't know. Oh, there's a free tile with 5 requests per minute and 150 if you are paying for it. Nice. That's cool. So why we have so much stuff? So selectable file item, ID name and is selected. Context selecting dialog, title, files. We're getting a list. On file selection change. Go by file ID. We're changing it. On dismiss request, yeah. Looks solid. File item row. Dialog usage example. Yeah, we don't need usage example. Yeah, actually it looks pretty good. So let's just grab it. We'll need to drop it into another file, but for now I'll just use it here. That one thing that I don't like, I always need to go and update the imports. It's a lot of work for each one of those. And many times I'm running into conflicts and issues with those imports. What you don't like? Oh, lazy column. Yeah, because I changed the API and still using the old API. Yeah. Let's see if it can fix it by itself. Not I'll just look up where I'm in other place in my code that I'm already using it. Let's see, try change. Let's use the new methods. And it needs internet access. Well, okay, here's the Google search. Use that, please. So then, find is deprecated as well. What's this? Okay, let's see if it will be able to grab the new APIs and do its magic. Still thinking about it? Go, Google, go. Go, Google, go. Go, Google, go. 30 seconds. It looks invested. Okay, so key changes items, change items, two items. Okay, divider replaced, a divider to horizontal divider. Okay, if you say so, and it gives me the entire dialog. So let's grab it. Right. So, oh, so it's replacing these methods. Come on, Android Studio, don't freeze. Yeah. It remove logs, comments. Okay. You don't like your own comments. That's fine. Corrected file list. Not just file list, it's the corrected file list now. And use the updated items API. Okay. It always communicates with me through the chat, through the comments. I hope they will improve this functionality soon. Okay. Still unhappy. Composable, which can only happen from context of a compose function. Oh, come on. Well, I'm declaring it as a failure. Let's search how it's really done. Here is an example where I used it in another place. Let's see if I can just drop the example of Gemini and see if it will fix it. Here's how you actually use. Oh wait, before I do that, also have problems with imports. So just make sure that got the right the right import. Yeah, yeah, you see, you have all those items. I need this one. Oh, here we go. Sorry, Google. It was just an import issue on my side. You did good. You did good. Awesome. So now let's show the context dialog. Title. Title. Figure it out by yourself. What else? Files. I need to provide it files. That needs to come from our model. Okay. Then on file selection changed. Okay. On the since request, show. On file selection changed. On context file selection changed. We give it a file ID and it's selected. Okay, I like that method. Let me just add it directly to the model. Welcome. And it gives us file ID, file ID, and it gives us um, the current state of the file. Checked. Check. When? Okay. And that will figure it out. Why not happy? What's the type of file ID? It's a string. No, we don't want it to be a string. It's going to be a long. Title. Files. File item ID. It's going to be long. Okay. Okay. The files themselves, context files. Do I have something like that already? I don't. Okay, so context files. This is what we need. I'm going to wrap up in a few. We'll continue this tomorrow. Maybe let's continue for a little bit more. Context files, collected state. Initials are going to be empty. And it's a modifiable list. I wonder how it's going to work. Will it update my list? Oh, my entire list will change each time to update the file. I don't know how that thing is working. Let me ask the maestro. I got an, an item on the list is changing. Bullet update the UI side. I'm observing it as observing it like this. No, it won't update automatically. If only an internal property of an item within the list changes. Okay, so that's going to be an issue. That will be a good way to update the list. This list manage the check state files how to efficiently update the list. Okay, so it updates a single item on the list, but it creates a whole new list of items to trigger the change. That's, yeah, that's called efficient, really. Doesn't sound efficient to me. And I have 5 responses from GPT remaining. Why is it so cheap with GPT 4.5? Or I'm on premium Teams version, by the way. That's usages suck. Okay, nevertheless, we have our context files and I need to update them efficiently. Okay, I'm going to wrap up here. Thank you very much for joining this session. It was a fun coding, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.